The mighty Kaizer Chiefs give a small club in South Africa, apparently according to you the fans, Mamelodi Sundowns, the guard of honor for winning their 4th DStv Premier League title in a row. Welcome back to Afrik Football. In this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. First of which being, Kaizer Chiefs has got 2 players on their radar. One that they've signed and the second player who they want to sign from Chippa United. And 2, Mamelodi Sundowns has signed or is about to sign a player who is contesting for the Golden Boot in the Ethiopian Premier League. So let's get started. We have done so many videos on Abubakar Nasir of Ethiopia, who is a player in form. Last season, he got 29 goals in 23 games for his side. At the tender age of 22, this is a player that has been on form and was in South Africa just earlier this year to actually do trials with Mamelodi Sundowns. It is stated right now from Idiski TV or Idiski Times, they have stated that this player is now on the horizon of getting his 2nd Golden Boot in the Ethiopian Premier League. Currently just trailing behind the current top scorer, and he's got 9 goals. The current top scorer of the Ethiopian League has got 10 goals, meaning that he's got an ability to catch up for this player who plays for St. George Etienne. Ultimately, what we're saying is, Mamelodi Sundowns transfer policy comes into play right here. As you can see, Mamelodi Sundowns targets players who are of a good age and a tender age. At the age of 22, this means this player is a signing that is not only going to play for Mamelodi Sundowns for this season, but it's a player they're signing for the coming seasons to come. Ultimately, this shows us that Mamelodi Sundowns transfer team is technically a very gifted team, and as you've seen, there are 4 trophies in a row, and the guard of honor is given to them, but they are not seasoned. And ultimately, after yesterday's game versus Kaizer Chiefs, they did state that there are a number of players that they would like to sign, a number of positions that Mamelodi Sundowns would like to reinforce, and we'll cover that in our next video. And moving on to the next Kaizer Chiefs story that you guys are here for. There's a rumor coming out that Kaizer Chiefs have signed Quinika, a player who is playing for Stellenbosch FC, and they'll be signing with them for next season. Ultimately, this player was the player from the Kaizer Chiefs Youth Academy, but left this side and went to play in different places, and ultimately now they want to sign him back. So what we're seeing here and what I'm seeing transpiring is something that is common and what Manchester United have done. This is what I call the Paul Pogba scenario, where you have a player who is playing your academy, he's technically gifted, and you've seen that this player is a very gifted player, but you by some reason allow him to go to a different club because you sold him for some unknown reason. Then as you see him mature and become a better player, you get yourselves in pole position to buy the very same player that you had sold, that you already had and nurtured under your academy. We think this is a very, ultimately I would believe this is a very bad move. There are a couple of defenders in the space that Kaizer Chiefs could be able to buy and who aren't players, but I see. So seeing that Arthur Zwane is at the helm of Kaizer Chiefs, we believe that Arthur Zwane is trying to get some of the players that he had met in the academy when he was the assistant coach, and is trying to bring them into the main fold of the Kaizer Chiefs team. But what do you guys, the fans, think about this transfer? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this video, remember to like and subscribe. And you've already helped us get to 10,000 subscribers. We're about to drop the 10,000 subscriber video, so keep dropping your comments and your statements in the comments below. And moving on to the next player who Kaizer Chiefs is about to sign. Having considered 25 goals plus in the current season, Kaizer Chiefs is in the market to buy another defender. Ultimately, it's been reported this week that they are looking to buy Zulu from Chippa United. This player comes to Kaizer Chiefs with 2 goals if they sign him, and ultimately he's played for Richards Bay and Golden Arrows in his stint in South Africa. This player being 27 is where us as Afrik Football have an issue. Kaizer Chiefs has this system of buying players who are of the older age and the older variety. As you saw in the very first story in this video, Mamelodi Sundowns has invested in a young striker of age 22, who is somebody who's going to be nurtured in the position. In the next 5 years, they can have a roster of players who can be switching on. While Kaizer Chiefs is going to get the likes of Keegan Dolly and all the other older players, Alexander Ko, and players who are at their maternity or who are at their paternity age and are getting as old as they can be. This for us is a very big issue. The defensive unit is something that you have to be looking long term, and buying a 27-year-old isn't ultimately the worst case scenario, but we believe they could find somebody in the age of 25. So Kaizer Chiefs has been having a defensive pairing issue, and I think they're trying to buy Zulu and basically link him with any other player so that they see if they can create a very good foundation in the backline. So in essence, I think this move is a bad move, but I'd love to see how it plays out. But what do you guys think about this move? Do you think Kaizer Chiefs should splash on this player, or they should go out in the broader international world and buy a player from the African continent? And on this note, I have to say that we'll be dropping a video of the sensible transfer because we haven't done those in a while, and we know you guys love the sensible transfer. So if you want to watch that video, remember to like and subscribe, and you can check out the other sensible transfers we've done right here on the screen, and see you in the next one.